Unsane is a 2018 psychological thriller starring Claire Foy, Joshua Leonard, and Jay Pharoah. It's directed by Steven Soderbergh, and normally I would say something like, let's start at the beginning, but damn, the director managed to shoot this whole film on an iPhone 7 Plus in 4K using an app called FiLMiC Pro, and it's still beautiful. Meanwhile, I sit here with my S22, I've got a Nikon and a Canon, and I still struggle to make some things look good, and this guy did it with an iPhone 7 5 years ago. The initial scene in the film had me uncertain of what I was going to watch. I hadn't put any thought into what the film was going to be about, just knew the name, but it all started to make a bit more sense as the story unfolded. We meet Foy while she's at work. She comes across as a woman who is driven and very certain. However, just 2 scenes later, we see her in the midst of a breakdown, leading to the beginning of the story, which we are told throughout the narrative. Foy is soon after admitted to a psychiatric institution against her will, following the signing of ambiguous form. Note to everyone, read everything before you sign it. Upon her entry here, we learn of the past, which she tried running from, and it appears that it has followed her, causing her to face her demons. There's no words to describe Claire Foy's performance in this role. She was captivating and was an amazing leading actress, demonstrating her multiple characteristics, me engrossed with the film the entire time, and in a way, making me wish it would never end. Leonard played an orderly in the institute, and for me, unfortunately, I didn't care about him in the slightest. I disagreed with everything his character was doing. Thankfully, I was alone in the theatre when I saw this, and I was able to, shout abuse at it, but due to the nature of the film and me hating him, showed the level of depth that Leonard brought to the character, and for that he probably should be commended. The tone of the film was set in its initial scenes. We see Foy with a traumatic past, and it's affecting the way she's currently living and anything that may pop up in the future for her. When she's admitted accidentally to the institute, we spend more time with her character and we begin to question her own sanity and believe that perhaps where she is actually the best place. However, the film did lack surprises overall. After we played out the scenes in the first third of the film, they began to repeat and sequences ended the same way as they did before, showing the repetitive nature of life in a hospital. There's a generation of paranoia through the way the film is shot. The music and the scenes cause us to question what the character is feeling and their reactions. The cinematography is something which I need to touch on again, just due to the manner of the way the film is shot. The use of an iPhone fills in perfectly due to the personal aspect of the film, but was it the best looking? No, not even close. It worked here, I feel, but if the film had less human interaction and more landscapes or shots similar to that, it probably would have struggled. As a whole though, it is definitely a film I recommend to people to watch if they're trying to look for that kind of psychological thriller that they probably haven't even heard of before, but that will definitely scratch the itch that they have. It's definitely the first one I think of.